I'm live. I'm on this back of it. Welcome to the apocalypse. I'm your host, not for the apocalypse obviously, for this YouTube channel, Mr. Money Mental UK, Andrew, part-time eBay reseller, mental health advocate, apocalypse survivor, functioning alcoholic, cult leader, greatest clothing reseller, sexiest man alive, whatever other titles I can think of giving myself. It's absolutely gorgeous weather here in Wrexham finally. The sun's out. My garden's looking mighty fine now. I've successfully... Hi Rebecca, hi Jamie. My garden's looking mighty fine now. I've lawn mowed it, if that's even a word. So I figured I would sit and have a couple of cans in the garden. Hello Ashley. Yeah, I'm not watching the government update today, not after hearing about 5-year-old kids dying on yesterday's. I'd rather have a break from that. Hey, see, hi Richard. So this is like drinking with Andrew, but as we're in the garden, I figured it would be gardening with Andrew. I finished the meadow yesterday, you know. I'm not doing any more to it until I repair that strimmer. Hi Chris. Oh, I'm getting my fill of vitamin D now. This could be the last time I see vitamin D for a while, since I'll be spending next week in this government bunker, which is just behind me in my house. You want to see the fruits of my labour, do you? Right, hang on. See if I can do this. Really knock my can over then. You see, look at that. Compared to how it was, if we ignore the few clumps here and there where I haven't got round to it, it's looking like almost like it's a garden. Hi Pete, how are you? Welcome to Chilling in the Garden with Andrew. I probably should come up with a shorter title than that. My latest YouTube series where I go on holiday in my back garden on my chair. I have another chair, but that's pointless because nobody can come. No, it's really hot. The summer is the heat, the weather that the government warned us was coming is finally here. You know, to be fair, I have just been for a jog, so that's probably also making me quite hot. And I am naturally hot regardless. So did we enjoy tonight's drinking with Andrew then, folks? Drinking with Andrew, special guest. I enjoyed it. Yeah, well, I've given the wildlife a home now, Chris. The dog was very confused when he came out in the garden. Didn't know what was going on, like his traditional spots had gone. I think he's seen flat earth for a while. What the update of Love Island? I don't know, I don't watch Love Island. The only thing Andrew watches is himself on YouTube. I enjoyed the caught up, did you Chris? The good thing is that I'm now drinking healthy cider because this contains no artificial sweeteners, flavours or colours. So this is like health drink, and it's got fruit. Yeah, I left mine since July maybe, July, August, don't know. Hey Stu, how are you? Welcome to Drinking with Andrew on tour. That's what I should have called today's stream. I should have called Drinking with Andrew on tour. I'm on tour in my garden. Socially distancing. There's nobody out normally on this estate on a Sunday afternoon. You can hear kids playing and whatever and lots of noise. It's definitely quiet. It's very strange. Touring with tourists, quite right. Except I now drink Cloudy Apple Strombo because it's cheaper in Wales to drink this than it is to drink tourists. And I'm not allowed in England anymore, as Boris says. How is your nude painting going on, Stu? Have you done many nudes for me yet? Hello, gorgeous Georgina. How are you? Have you caught up with Drinking with Andrew on yet, Georgina? It's not like you've had anything else to do. How does drinking outside compare to inside? Could we please have a comprehensive answer? Well, it's actually warmer out here. I am sweating slightly, so it's a lot more sweaty outside. I'm struggling to see due to glare from the sun. I don't have a television to have on in the background, which is probably a good thing actually, because it means I'm missing a daily update. I'm slightly concerned by my fence that is leaning over. It looks sort of quite drunken. So at some point I'm going to have to get that fixed, but I don't know how to do that. I am, Leanne, cleaning and gardening. I've done some clearing. Painting postponed. That's a shame. Can you not order some on eBay? I know some eBay sellers you might be able to get some from. What was I going to say? So yeah, but as a positive, I'm getting a lot more vitamin D. Serious eBay related question. You're on the wrong channel for serious questions. Does anyone have a Karcher pole thing for sale? They have this machine and gun in the end, but no middle. I've no idea what any of that means. I've got a loaded weapon, if that helps. Just how many bathrooms have you got? I've got 3 bathrooms that need cleaning here. We might even do cleaning with Andrew this week at some point if I get sufficiently bored. I have started clearing out my bedroom today. Filled 1 bag with rubbish before I decided that was enough effort for a day. I was up late last night, 2 o'clock in the morning I think I was up to. And then I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning and I remembered it was the apocalypse, so I had this spike of anxiety. So that then kept me awake, so just went on Pornhub, as you do. Yeah, I got a ground floor bathroom, main one on the top floor and an ensuite, cleaned the sink. Very nice. Tied in garage half-heartedly. Yeah, I've got more stock I need to put in my garage. Clear a bit more room for the dog to play, because he's obviously not getting as much exercise as he normally does at the minute, so I'm trying to get him to run up and down 3 flights of stairs, but there's stock in the way, he keeps knocking into it. Hi Shazad, how are you? Welcome to Drinking with Andrew on tour in the garden. I don't know, what is a Karcher pole? I've come across that before. Is it like a fishing thing? You have to explain now, Ashley. Thank you for coming, by the way, Ashley. So I did that. Might have to give this another going over with the lawnmower next week. Pressure washer. Is it part of a pressure washer, is it? Clean the car, wax on, wax off. Fantastic. I'm not cleaning my car. I've got a steam cleaner I'm going to get using at some point over the next few days. Clean my kitchen floor, then clean my ground floor. I need to clean my carpet as well. I might even take a day off next week if they'll allow me. They might not. I was supposed to be off all next week, but that got cancelled. I might take a day off if I can get one. It's past 250k mark. It's not good enough, Shazad. You need to get past 1 million. I told you. 250k, I wouldn't even get out of bed for that. As a government employee, I'm obviously highly paid. I saw something, I think it might have been Derek sent me something the other day where somebody had posted on one of his Facebook groups something about, rather than paying 80% worth of wages, why doesn't the government just pay £1 million each? There's 66 million people, just pay £1 million each. This was this guy's theory, right? That's what he wanted. So then somebody said to him, do you know how much it would cost to pay 66 million people £1 million each? And his answer was like, yeah, it's obvious, £66 million. It's like, oh dear, really? That's actually £1 each, but nice try, mate. Hi Damien, how are you? Sold the Wii. Now I've got access to the cough shed. Yeah, I haven't got a cough, unfortunately. When I cough, it's because I've swallowed cider down the wrong hole. I do occasionally put things down the wrong hole with the ladies, but I get in trouble for making comments like that. I've got some wheeze, but I haven't listed any. They're all in the cow shed at the minute, so I might have to go and have a route for those next week. I was going to do some listing today. Oops, forgot to do that. Got loads of orders to pack tomorrow as well. Packing like once a week is annoying me now because it takes too much time. Free Wees now. Excellent. Are they all on Amazon, or did you put any on eBay? I think I've got about 4 Wiis, plus my own one. It's the wee Bella Spawn, power supply spawn. It's like it's sold, but it's been 45 minutes and nobody's bought the Wii. I don't know why people would stop me from listing them. But he's listed free, Ashley, and I wouldn't get too excited. Hi BCP, how are you? Hope all is good in the northeast. All sold on Amazon. So was it 20% fees for merchant fulfilled on Amazon then? Because George sent me a picture of, he'd sold the Simpsons house on Amazon, Simpsons Lego set house thing on Amazon, merchant fulfilled, and had paid like 20% on fees. Yeah, 396, don't fancy that. 7.5 plus VAT, fair enough, so that'd work out about 20% then, wouldn't it? On top of your 7.5, Christ. Can't believe I'm actually experiencing sunlight by choice. Hey Lobster, how are you? No PayPal though, yeah, true. Just get your disbursements into your bank account. I did a video at the start of the year, £9 to £10 when charging £100, 10%, not too bad. I did a video at the start of the year. Hi Jennifer, how are you? Did a video at the start of the year setting out my aims for 2020. I think I might have to do a new one, like a follow-up. How far have I got with my 2020 aims? Has anything big come across and happened in the world that may have disrupted my aims? Don't know. I've got you plugged in on Wi-Fi, so I can go all day on this mobile phone as well. And I've got 10 pack of cider here, but I probably won't have 10 cans of cider because I do need to make dinner at some point, and I want to watch the Queen later. See what Her Majesty has got to say in her World War III broadcast. Do you reckon she'll... Somebody's having a barbecue. I smell charcoal smoke. Getting my kitchen remodeled this spring, not happening now. Save some money there. Oh, apparently my table is tempered glass. Yeah, I might do that. Reviewing my 2020 aims. What can we achieve? I'll be like, well, not doing that, not doing that, not doing that, not doing that. Hey Darren, yeah, I've just been to Morrison's and got myself a crate, as I had to go and get some supplies for my neighbour. So I figured while I was there, I'd grab a crate of cider and sit in the garden and enjoy it. The jog, this is my reward for my hard exercise. Although I am violating my rules about drinking on a Sunday. I never normally drink on a Sunday, especially not when I've got work the next day. In fact, the last time I did drink on a Sunday was when my last housemate wanted to go out, so I took him out on a Sunday, and then he had to call into work sick the next day. He was so ill. Whereas I worked from home, I was fine. remember him throwing up on the street. Yeah, £9. Well, in Wales it's £9 for a pack of 10. Because of course we tax alcohol in the supermarkets to a high degree now. It's probably cheaper before that. But yeah, 1.8 units in each one. Please enjoy responsibility. Don't drink if you're pregnant, and don't drink if you're driving. No Aldi sponsorship. I'm gonna have to get sponsored by Strongbow, I think, instead. Maybe they'll send me like a bow and arrow. Yeah, it's not too bad, the cloudy apple. I have got to create a normal Strongbow as well. Are you all drinking tea, are you? I was doing so well at only drinking on a Friday. Well, I did well for one weekend, and like the weekend before that was COVID-19 or whatever I had. Is it Georgina's birthday? I don't think it is Georgina's birthday. I would know if it was Georgina's birthday. She would tell me relentlessly. She'd insist on a present from me. So I'm pretty sure it's not Georgina's birthday. I would know about that. It's Georgina's friend's birthday though. She's got some very attractive... Georgina, these twin friends of yours, when are you going to introduce me? And actually, your friend Sarah, the single one, give her my number. Now we're in lockdown, distance doesn't matter anymore. She can text me regardless. Yep, it's Georgina's friend's 31st birthday. This is what happens when you look on Instagram. What happened to Bethan's? I haven't told her I'm live at the minute, actually. I texted her earlier, bit of a chat. That's all she's had. Don't text her. Why would I not text her? We need to get your oh no, we can't, can we? You can't see your friends. I was going to say we need to get you and your friend. Well, that was ages ago. We need to get you and your friends live, Georgina. I was going to say, but kind of difficult when you can't be in the same house. You know who's more upset with me now anyway. Lots of telling off. I tell whether a plant's a weed or not. I might just pay someone to clean this garden up. Hey Dave, how are you? I hope you're well. I'm going to change from our regular broadcasting. I'm not broadcasting the UK government. I'm sitting in my garden enjoying the sun instead. Didn't know any of what. There's no more. I don't have fake stuff. I have proper official grass. This is nature at its finest out here. Hey Chris, how are you? I hope all is well over in Canada. We've had a few hundred people more pass away today, sadly, but I'm still alive, still surviving the apocalypse. Breaking news, Georgina does like to fake stuff, you're right, yeah. She's very good at faking orgasms, I've heard. The garden is chat free now. I've mowed it, kind of. I'm surprised you didn't watch yesterday's YouTube sensation Mowing with Andrew, where I went through and cleared out my garden and mowed it. I did a brilliant job, I must say. Everyone was very impressed with my mowing skills. You want to see the garden? It's not a very big one. I've just spilled cider. All the weeds. Good. Dog is all I imagine. He doesn't tend to come near me when I've got cans in my hand because I tend to spill them a lot. I don't like getting cider spilt on him. This is mowed, yes. Wrexham's awesome. It is finished. It's finished until I get a strimmer that works. Am I streaming from a 3DS? I am not. Compared to how that garden was, this has done much better. Much better now. It looks like a garden now. I think I might have a shave before next week's Drinking with Andrew. I believe by popular request we're having a special guest appearance from somebody on it. I'm sure you can guess who. Members of Cult have been messaging me all day about it, so yeah. Some really bad karaoke. You sure that's not just me? Well, apparently the cable might be inside it, Adora and Cure was telling me. Yeah, my mother doesn't live with me, believe me. So I might be able to fix up the strimmer. I need to have a look at it. Might have a look at it tomorrow. Give me something to do. Doing actual domestic duties now. Take me home, country road. Take me home. Can't remember the rest of the words. All I can hear is emergency vehicles. Only thing I can hear. Don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, planning domestic duties. It's horrendous. Normally I just employ people to do these things for me. There's no unemployment here. Tomorrow I'll be working a 14-hour day on the front line, saving the country. Possibly less actually, because I did do quite a lot of work last week. I might do 12 hours. Hi Pete, how are you? I should point out, normally during the course of my 14-hour day, I do have a nap for an hour. Right, let's have an action. I bet he gets to see actual people during that as well. Just uploaded a video you fell over. Excellent. Doing normal role. No, I'm not doing my normal role. I'm working on continuation of government stuff. And contingency. Well, it's not contingency planning anymore because it's happened. So it's continuation of government continuity. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. Stuff. Answering the question, how do you maintain government when you've only got a quarter of your staff and a greater demand for services than you've ever had at any point in history since probably the last 60 years? Working from home. your tea quicker than that. So it's just the same. Question: how long will the lockdown last? It depends on the people of the UK, Shazad. If everyone the lockdown stays inside like I am doing, can I have money? It's the one thing everyone wants. Well, technically, it's not even our money. We've dished out, borrowed it. Christ, the emergency services are out a lot at the minute. It's not normally this not loud. Yeah, I'd love a barbecue. I've got one. Yeah, I live next to the hospital. I also live next to the ambulance station / fire station as well. And I live next to the private hospital, which is also now an NHS hospital temporarily. So I am well placed should I happen to die. No changes to social distancing rules is imminent. Yep. There's a lot of people Wrexham having bloody barbecues to setting fire to themselves. I can smell a barbecue, but I don't know where it's coming from. I really want one now. I have got one in my garage, but it's a gas one. I've got no gas for it. Also, I don't trust myself with gas, so there is that. Normally I delegate others to do my barbecuing, but that's not an option. So I'll just have to have the rest of my Aldi pasta tonight. It is warm. I am soaking. I'm probably going to get sunburn tomorrow. Every item I have isn't actually strictly necessary. I mean, I got by without using a lawnmower for 6 months. Hello, Ali. How are you? I hope you're enjoying your day off. We need to have a barbecue when the apocalypse is over, Ali. Even if it's winter, we're having one. I like small talk with randoms. That's how I pull. I often walk up to random people and engage in small talk with them. Well, actually, I say random people, random attractive females in bars while drunk. Yes, you're in charge of the barbecue, of course. I have no idea how to do a barbecue. I'll supply the meat. I'm good at bringing meat. I've got lots of sausage, big sausage. Yeah, I'm awesome in pubs. I see. You always got to start your car once a week, leave it running for 10 minutes, and then you'll be fine. Host one. I'm not going to the bloody south of England. Do you want to hear some news on the stalker? The stalker has emailed me and sent me money again, so the stalker is still alive. People, but the manufacturing capability in South Korea is immense. They have entire like shipyards, manufacturing yards the size of cities there that are dedicated to making testing kits. So they're always going to be able to, they produce a huge amount of manufacturing. With that manufacturing capability that they've got there, it's no surprise they can manufacture so many tests. Here in the UK, we get most of our product from China, as we know. We buy it on eBay from China, or we buy it from people who've ordered it from China, and so we didn't have the manufacturing capability. Now we are building up that capability, so that might see the renaissance of the British manufacturing industry after this. And the industries, is that still going? I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's went past ICI in Northwich, where Ads lives. We're sick of money in a factory. I think China's relations change after this all's over. I do not. I think China will be supplying half the world. Hi Wendy, how are you? So no, I don't think. I think it'll be interesting to see if Trumpster survives the crisis. I think there'll be a few countries that will come out of it stronger than ever. I think the Chinese will be recovered sooner. Will probably leapfrog America a bit quicker than they would have done otherwise. I think America will be weakened by always when it emerges from every global conflict it's ever in. The European Union will be weakened, but any threats of other European countries going down the Brexit route will have ended, because they'll all be in debt to the EU to such an extent that they can't do it. Russia hasn't really experienced too much of an outbreak at the minute, but if it does hit Russia, it'll hit it hard. Australia could be an interesting case. I don't think the EU will crumble now. I think the EU will be financially weakened, but the threats that Brexit posed to it will have ended. No, they're not really investing enough in the healthcare, to be honest, Adam. It's one of the issues they've got. Each state, each area is doing their own thing. Too many layers of government there, which is kind of understandable, which is a large place. Yeah, I think Sweden is just going to suffer. Really, with their approach. I think that they're going full on for herd immunity. But I think we've sort of given up to some extent on that idea. I think Italy and Spain are going to be propped up by France and Germany. I don't know, I'd compare the US to the UK. I wouldn't compare the US to the rest of Europe, but I'd definitely compare it to the UK. Certainly in terms of global influence or soft power, I think the US and the UK are fairly comparable. Antarctica will be fine. No cases of COVID-19 there. It's the only continent that doesn't have it. What I would like to see come out of this is one thing that I have noticed. I know Ashley will passionately disagree with me on this, but to me this has shown certainly in Wales, the failure of devolution to quite an extent here. Like, our First Minister is just useless. I get nothing from the Welsh Assembly at all, nothing. And if people will move towards living with less, I think people will have no choice. I don't think there will be as much money floating about. You know, we will effectively be a post-wartime economy. You know, so if you look at the privations that this country suffered after the Second World War, I think that is probably the closest comparison that you can draw. I think it'll be a similar situation. The difference is that this has impacted every country to such an extent that it'll be global. There'll be a lot. I think there'll be a lot of big name manufacturers that will, big names in various industries that will hit the wall that you won't see anymore. Yeah, I agree, Mark. DMH, Carwyn Jones, yeah, useless. So yeah, I mean, Public Health Wales. I mean, you even go on the Public Health Wales website, you just look at it and you're like, this looks like something that was designed in the 80s. That Mark Drayford is it? That's how much I don't know about. I can't even get to watch the First Minister's broadcasts properly. The BBC just thinks he's useless and doesn't give him a fair time. But yeah. Yeah, the rich always get richer. So Shazad will get richer. We'll all get poorer. That's going to be the big change. Oh, go on then. So we'll have that debate, shall we? Do you think an independent Scotland would have handled COVID-19 better? Could have rebuilt Hadrian's Wall, actually. That could have been could have kept everyone out. Proper lockdown. And I think there'll be a lot more people working from home. I think if I was a commercial landlord who was a large sort of portfolio of offices, I would be very nervous after this apocalypse, because I think a lot of people will be looking to encourage, a lot of companies will be looking to encourage and promote more home working, and will be reducing their sort of office estate. But yeah, I don't think an independent Scotland would have had the financial muscle to survive. Would be my assessment. I think that's the issue that you'd face. Not even sure if the United Kingdom as a whole has the financial muscle to survive, to be honest. Or indeed any country. But we will find out. Yeah, we have a devolved NHS and such like. All that, but just bloody useless. They need me in charge. I'd sort it out. Make me First Minister. I'd rather be in Westminster. Wales, if Wales was independent, we definitely wouldn't be able to handle it. I can tell you that. Does Northern Ireland, has anyone got any Northern Irish viewers? Has Northern Ireland now convened government, or is it still, is the Storm, I can't remember the name of it now, Storm, is it still They're still arguing with each other. Have they sorted their issues out now? Have they come together? Is there now a government in place in Northern Ireland? I haven't been able to keep up to date with what's happening across there. Other issues have distracted me. Or are they under the control of Westminster? Stormont, that's it. Yeah, I don't know what's happening in Stormont. Is there a Northern Irish government in place? Have they finally sort of sat there and thought, well, there's a massive apocalypse happening, so maybe we should just sit down and talk? I agree, Mark. The evolution may be working well in Scotland. I don't feel it works well in Wales. I think it worked better when we were part of the European Union and we were on the sort of deprived third world nation list for the European Union, so Wales got a lot more funding out of it than it put in. Perhaps we could spend a lot on infrastructure projects, but obviously that's changed now. Sadly, what's the good word? Rob, you're still alive, good to see. Just sat in my garden, drinking cider, working out which countries I'm predicting will collapse in the future. Africa, I think, is going to be an interesting test case. I think that will I think the disease will ripple through the continent of Africa. The healthcare system just is non-existent, and you know, basically, if you're rich, you'll be all right. If you're poor, you'll die. But they have that much going on there anyway. Ebola, HIV, whatever other nasties are lurking down there. This will just be one more. Well, I certainly wouldn't recommend planning any trips to Africa until there's a vaccine developed and you can get shots for it, like you can get shots for malaria and such like. Would be my recommendation. Avoid Africa. And if you go into any of these sort of smaller island nations as well, probably even the Caribbean, places like that, I would wait until there's a shot you can take, because I just can't see them eliminating it. Not unless they get full herd immunity anyway. Well, India's in lockdown now, so they've taken a very strong approach there. Ah, you're thinking of the rich African nations though, Ashley. I'm thinking of the poor ones. I'm thinking of the ones that are swept by civil war at the minute. You know, South Africa, Kenya might be okay, Nigeria maybe, but Ethiopia will be falling to pieces. To Sudan, Chad, Niger. There's Ebola practices, drones, PPE, etc. A lot of that is supplied by us. We won't be shipping that across to them anymore. We'll be over here. So, hi Aid. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, I'd take me the holidays next year in the UK. My mum's like, she was booked on a cruise. She's supposed to be away this week on a cruise. I think she was supposed to be going, is it Friday? Friday she was supposed to be going on a cruise around the Mediterranean. And she's like, do you think it'll be okay to go on the cruise by August? And I'm like, no, obviously not. Why would you want to go to the Mediterranean when there's no vaccine, no treatments for this thing? Wait until next year. Especially if she's in the 7th. She's currently under the 12-week shield. Oh, it'll be fine by August. No, it won't. You know, we might be alright here, but I don't want to go around the Mediterranean. Yeah, fortunately I never book holidays because I never have any money, so my holiday was going to be a trip to the Lake District this year for the stag do that I was in charge of organising. But obviously I won't be doing that anymore. The virus is rippling through him. You're like, I can't see the attraction of going on a cruise ship. I Shazad, for £1 million, I will give you the location of my private island and the instructions for how to get there. Yeah, definitely no, it's a bad place to source. Definitely a bad place for a reseller. Don't come to Wrexham. We don't have anything here. Terrible place. If you want to go sourcing, go to Flintshire. That is the place to go. Just up the road, much better. I don't know. You've heard my predictions anyway, folks. What are your predictions? Mine are just informed by what I'm seeing and reading, you know, so, and my own sort of interpretation of it, but it doesn't mean that I'm right. Lots of single cougars on cruises. Alright. Hey Derek, how are you? I mentioned you earlier. Buckley is the best place to source. That's where Ali is. Do a bit of sourcing in Buckley myself. You make some good money out of that place. Mould as well does alright for me. Not in Flintshire either, especially Buckley. I was talking about you before, Derek. I mentioned that chap who you'd sent the Facebook screenshots of about giving everyone in the UK £1 each, and how he'd worked out that if everyone in the UK got £1 million each, it would cost the UK government £66 million. Bright spark he was. Yes, thank you, Joe. Yes, I survived the Corona Ebola AIDS. I fear Georgina went to Amsterdam. She'd be bloody ended up in a right state anyway. And she would still refuse to send me bikini shots. How are you, Jill? How is life where you are? I hope you're doing all right. Whew. 50 people watching. Wow. Same for Japan there, forget about that. You're better off coming to Wrexham. Decent healthcare system here. Only a few miles from the border to get cheap cider to import. World Heritage Site just down the road. Cracking garden here, what more do you want? Oh, I have got another can there. I'm certainly intending to spend my summer holidays in the town of Wrexham. Promise I'll go and stare crazy a bit. My problem, Jill, is the apocalypse is making me very horny. Boredom makes Andrew horny. So, you know, I'm causing carnage in people's inboxes. But all is good. Lost 2 viewers when I said that. How do you vaccinate against the virus of multiple mutations? Flu has a lot of mutations as well, though. VV, and we have developed a vaccine against that, so it is within the realms of possibility. We do have 2 railway stations. In fact, well, I don't think the Wales Metro will happen anymore, because I don't think there'll be any money for major infrastructure projects. But there was talk about building a 3rd railway station in Wrexham. I have no idea why. That bloody Wrexham Central railway station is a pointless waste of time. Why do you want a railway station that's 5 minutes walk away from the other one? Not even 5 minutes walk, about 3 minutes walk away. Absolutely pointless. Ali will disagree with me, but I think it's pointless. Hi London, how are you? How's life in the loft? Still smell that barbecue. No, I did actually, for my birthday treat, I did go on a steam train from Wrexham down to Stratford upon Avon, which was a very nice trip. It's pretty handy. It's a very nice trip. The thing is, Ali, right, that's my closest train station, and I never go there because it's useless to me. The two stations, I suppose, Wrexham, North Wales, sort of North Wales, and it's only 40,000 people, so gives you an indication. There's actually, when you come into Wrexham, it says, "Welcome to Wrexham, home of Money Mental UK." True story there. Ali's seen the sign. Mark's seen the sign as well. Just there on the border. Because you don't carry heavy stuff out of Wrexham. I do. I travel frequently with a heavy suitcase to London and places. I've been to Garstown before though, quite a few times. It's lovely round there. I used to drive up to Lancaster from Cleveland's via Garstown. So I was used to stop off there. I used to go up to Morecambe occasionally as well. Yeah, but I've got other people to carry shopping for me. Oh, I was going up to the lakes actually. I think I went via Garstang as well. Thinking about it, did I go via Garstang, go up to the lakes? I might have done, I can't remember. I do, part of me does miss living up in Lancashire. Although my office has now been turned into a car boot field, so I used to work at across. 6 stations, Christ. We don't need 6 stations here, we only need 1. Why is my battery at 15%? Oh, I haven't turned it on at the plug. I'll be back in a second. Top tip for you folks. Norcross is the DWP office, so here. And in fact, it's still an MOD office, still have an MOD office there. It was DWP at the time. I left DWP on my last promotion. Hi Leanne, how are you? Might have to go in a minute. I think I'm getting a phone call from the estate wife. Yeah, exactly. So they do two vaccines every year. It's not impossible, is it? Flapjack, very nice. I'm just carrying on then, you know, as a... Oh, it's okay, it's going to give me a ring later. Just got the reply to it, just give me... There you go. Right, we've done that. What was I saying? Yeah. Tell you what, right, this apocalypse has right cheered me up. Just before it hit, my anxiety was at the highest level it had been in about a year and a half. It hits, no more anxiety, not worried about anything anymore other than pure survival. Got the COVID-19 fairly on, recovered from that. I've even mowed my lawn now. Wi-Fi signal. Wi-Fi don't fully reach out into the garden properly, so we'll get the odd bit of buffering. But yeah, I don't know if I had it, but bearing in mind I don't get ill ever. And then I got ill at the same time as a major viral apocalypse. You know, the percentage chance is high. While it was loose on the streets of Wrexham, percentage chance is high that that's what I had. If I didn't, I'm not going to get it sat at home anyway, hiding. I'll get it because I'll be out on the streets supporting people, helping them out and whatever, you know. I'd rather get it that way. Definitely went out in the cold. I thought I was going to die. I dreamt I returned to working for the man last night. Could work for me. I'm going to be looking for employees soon. The amount of backlog 3/4 of my workforce as it is. But obviously I'll only be recruiting on temporary contracts. Don't want anyone getting a permanent job and usurping my position of power. Not allowed. I think it'll be interesting to see the effect on reselling going forward. I think there's a lot of stuff that I think the demand for things will change and the values of stuff will change. For example, a lot of people have bought media, jigsaws, puzzles, board games, whatever now. Come Q4, will they buy the same things, or will they be like, actually, I've had enough of that now, I want something different? You may see that kind of effect. Also hiring, getting new employees fitted for collars next week. There's 2 jobs already, the commuter's far though. Yeah, I think tourist industry, airline travel, such like, will become a lot less competitive. I think a lot of them will fold, which means the prices for the surviving companies will go up because they've got less competition. I think there'll be a lot of stock in the chassis. We're going to have daily supplies while I'm locked down. I can't aid. I've got to keep a clear head when I'm working for government. Can't be waking up in the morning with a hangover. I've done it before where I've been out, got drunk and then had to do work stuff the next day, and it doesn't go well. And at the minute the pressure is quite high, so I don't want to let anyone down. Back death, you've no chance in hell. No, that's why I'm drinking early on tonight, so that I'll stop later on relatively fresh. It's my plan. Oh, I've been streaming for a year. An hour. Good thing I'm on the Wi-Fi. I discriminate against the lazy. Bloody hell, you must hate me then, Shazad. Mind you, I haven't had a chance to be lazy late, but Chester FC. You gotta be joking. People might be put off eBay if using this time of a bad experience like you're moving up. You do your volunteering daily. We're still waiting for the opportunities to be released, to be honest, Aid. I'm presuming you've had about the same as I have, all this bump to read, which I've not read yet. I'm not a reader, so I figure I'll read that during time. Give me a break from the apocalypse for a bit. Start early, finish early, exactly. But the volunteering will be ad hoc, you know. Things are going to quiet down in work soon, I'm sure, because there's only so much continuity planning you can do before, you know, you are continuing, as it were. So, you know, once I've sort of done all that, jobs are getting. No, it's not probably. They released them. They're still sort of piloting it at the minute. They released 1,000 opportunities to see how it would go, but that was nationwide. Towards the end of next week, they'll ramp up again to the next stage, release more, and so on, and it'll sort of increase. Run it as a project. So, you know, I'm sat there thinking, England, sorry, not NHS England, Public Health England that are running it rather than Public Health Wales, so there may be nothing for me to do. You know, it pisses me off getting those bloody leaflets through the door. And the best, because I don't think you need to sort of worry about toggling the switch. The app itself was developed for people who have CPR skills to use to say when they're available. The way it's working for us is I think that there's an opportunity that, and you can select it, but you don't necessarily have to be toggled on or not. I need to read more into it, to be honest, but I think if you toggle the switch on, you're saying you're going to go and give somebody CPR, so you might need to look at that one a bit. I am actually CPR trained and have the certification for it, to be fair, so maybe I could toggle. I am trained on using defibrillators as well, because one of the things I did before the apocalypse was volunteered at a local heritage site. It gets a lot of volunteers, so I was trained up there because we do a lot of open days and whatever, so trained me to you know, help if anything happened of that nature. So I've got all a certification in place and such like. But you didn't know about that about me. If you die near me, I may be able to save your life. I know CPR fails 9 times out of 10, but we won't go into that. It's not like it is on the movies. 4 years ago, you'd be out of date then. Mine was last year, still valid. Very useful, Michelle. Cool head in a crisis, mate. Side benefit of massive anxiety with anything, even an apocalypse. Oh, there's already a can out there. Might have to pop to the bathroom for a second. Well, you may need to toggle it, but I would just say read the bump first before you toggle anything. Don't just dive in and toggle it. People was complaining about not being able, about the toggle function not working for him, but that's because it was disabled, because they weren't they hadn't signed up to give the CPR service that the app was designed for. People weren't really reading the bump and understanding what was going on, so just have a look at that first before you do anything. I need to look at it. I've been bad in not doing that. I've been tidying my house and mowing my lawn and talking to beautiful women on the internet instead. But and you guys, well, I'll give it a good reading tomorrow. Hopefully make a positive difference during the course of this virus. Definitely don't say you went on my advice. My advice is always worse than useless. Have you ordered your gloves yet, Aid? While you're thinking about that, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. If anyone comes in, just tell them why they're staring at a wall. I'm back. Right, what have I missed? Hi Sue. I got some gloves from Asda. No, not from again. Hi Gimbal. Hi Todd. Welcome to Drinking with Andrew on tour. Oh, hang on, I've got a message from the wife. Yeah, this is cool. For some reason this thing's telling me I've got like I've got about 3 chats going on. Mine a glory hole actually. Can number 3. So what did I miss then in the update from Downing Street? Anyone want to give me a quick summation? Just in case there are some important policy announcements that I need to be aware of for work. Good thing about streaming on YouTube rather than StreamYard is there's no lag here, so you can actually hear and see me pretty much live. In one word, nothing. Scaremongering about lack of oxygen. I've always said we need more desalination plants and such like. Debobbling the barber judge. So they'll stop the exercise while the people don't start listening. That's a fair point really. So my prediction, Cobra are meeting tomorrow, Boris is back, Cobra meeting tomorrow, further measures tomorrow, Boris delivering updates. I think that's what will happen. Because it'll have been 2 weeks if Boris has recovered from his temperature. Otherwise I think it'll wait for Boris to recover from his temperature before anything else is announced. Yeah, I'm actually charging. You are charging. You should be fast charging. Since we clear charging, you should be fast charging. I used to get more expensive charger. There you go, you're fast charging now. I think potentially when Boris comes back he'll announce further harsher lockdown measures. I think that you should not be Prime Minister, I should be Prime Minister. Hi Tea Cakes. I've decided against getting a shed now. Boris does not enter Eminem's Sadie's. Oh, I'm back again, I get you. 7% battery now. Might have to go in a few minutes. Oh, why is the wind knocking my cider off the table? What does COBRA stand for? Stands for Cabinet Office Briefing Room A. I know that because I have actually had slide decks from Cabinet Office, would say Cabinet Office Briefing Room in the top corner. Will you be broadcasting the Queen's speech for us? Probably not, to be honest, Dave. I want to watch that one. Boris will definitely not say a ban on tourist cider. What's the situation at Rex and Tesco? Asda's pretty, and Tesco are pretty, I'm not going to them because they're pretty busy. They're absolutely mental. They've got guards outside them, yeah. But because I live like a 2-minute walk from Morrison's and Aldi, that's primarily where I go, and it's a lot calmer there. I'll sometimes go to the Sainsbury's because that's near the post office I use, and there's an Aldi opposite it, and those are okay, but Tesco and Aldi are nuts from the people I've seen there. Pictures I've seen of him, absolutely nuts. Yes, you missed toilet time with Andrew, Stu. How's this battery doing? It's charging back up, that's right then. Just the Queen, how she's going to clash with Nick and Andrew's show. Surely Nick and Andrew have rescheduled their broadcast to get around do you not go to booths here? I thought, what is the supply situation in booths like? That's what I want to know, so here, important question there. Have they got Morrison's at Garstang as well, or have they made that up? I know they've got a booth. I'm going to watch the Queen. I used to love beefs. They did their Stokes's brown sauce in there, absolutely gorgeous stuff. Expensive, it was like £3 a bottle or something, but it was just divine. I first had it in the Booths restaurant, Booths in Lytham, the one in Lytham, and it was just so good. I had to go downstairs and buy it. I really miss that actually. I have to resort to Daddy's now. Well, actually, I resort to Aldi's Bramwell's at the minute, but yeah, Stokes's is definitely good. Booths is a supermarket chain in the northwest of England. It's a bit like Waitrose. In fact, it uses a lot of the same suppliers as Waitrose. They're in a buying partnership apparently. There it goes, here's told you, like a northern Waitrose. When I lived in Poulton Le Fylde, which was the best place I've ever lived in my life, I absolutely loved it there. That Poulton was the place that most reflected me, because it was just all about drinking at the weekend. But even during the week, the pubs were busy. You could go out in a beer garden and whatever. Oh, it's just an awesome place. Lovely restaurants. It's where like the posh people, the rich people lived. It was ace, but it was like where the rich sort of people in their sort of 30s and 20s, you know, the younger rich lived, as opposed to living in St Anne's where the rich but old people live. It was just epic there. I used to go to Booths to get me shopping every day. Although that Booths has believed they're now turned into an Aldi. It is fancy, yeah, the file. I regret buying my first house in Cleveley's rather than Poulton. I should have saved a bit longer and bought my first house in Poulton. What super joke was that? Was that the main one in Chester? On I can't remember the name of the street now. Imagine Chester's like pretty much empty now. I haven't been to Super Jog in Wrexham. It didn't even occur to me that it was open. I got to get me paracetamol in Sainsbury's, so I'm alright on that front. Yeah, that's the one, yeah. But yeah, I loved Poulton. I had such a great lifestyle when I was in Poulton. I was on temporary promotion. I basically got 2 promotions in 3 months. So I went from having like, you know, sort of very little money in my pocket to having loads of money in my pocket. And I moved into a house share as well, so my expenses, my costs were very low. So I could just be out on the piss nearly every day. Oh, fantastic, brilliant lifestyle it was. Take care, Tad. Absolutely brilliant lifestyle in Poulton. And it was where all the hot women went as well. It was the place for the posers to be seen and such like. So, you know, I just like I loved living up there. it's much better placed than Wrexham in that, but unfortunately, due to issues with ex-girlfriends and such like, I had to move to Wrexham. Otherwise, I'd be living in a house in Bolton now, living the life of Riley. Exactly, Ashley. The paracetamol does work with the virus as well. Low battery, am I? Just, yeah, still charging up, so alright. I think the house market will crash post-apocalypse anyway. Unemployment's going to soar, so pretty sure the demand for houses will go down. So I think you'll see even in Garstang prices will come down a bit. So here, I know we talked a couple of months ago now about we was tempted by moving back down south. Have you sort of changed your views on that now then, and you're sort of Garstang for the long haul? She's had shouts and shocks people. He doesn't sits and shocks people. He doesn't need to shout. He just presses the buzzer. Am I a PSG fan? No, I got this in honour of the Paris terror attacks. To show solidarity with the people of France. Cost me 55 quid, I think. This was back in the days before my gambling addiction, before I was in debt. But I was, earning a decent wage with not a lot of cost. Yeah, I had a house and whatever, but I was living in a 2 up 2 down at the time, so it wasn't costing me much on the mortgage front. I had an Audi, but it was only an A3, so that wasn't costing me a lot. So I could afford to spend spare things like football shirts. Because to buy a couple of, you'd probably buy my house. I'm on a 5-year fixed mortgage on this one. I'm trying to think when it runs out. Runs out in just over 3 years, so hopefully the house market will have bounced back by then, because otherwise I'll be losing money. Bit of a wobble, whatever recently, it's made it feel very settled. Fair enough. Hi Kerry Ann, how are you? I can't buy a house because I am no longer credit worthy. So I'm here until I become credit worthy again. My daughter is an estate agent, not selling but sales be crashing, still busy. Sold houses recently but more expensive than I think people want to downsize, but we'll see. Well, especially if half their household dies of this virus, different reasons to downsize. I always upsize, but I don't need to upsize from this one. I have been tempted by a 4-bed detached once I've paid off my debts and I'm credit worthy. Yeah, well, I've got a mortgage on it. That's what I was talking about, having a 5-year fixed mortgage just 2 minutes ago. Pay attention. But I can't get another mortgage until my credit rating is out of the gutter. Which it won't be until I'm debt free in 4 years' time. Less than 4 years now, actually. She needs telling aid. She doesn't pay attention. She needs to pay more attention to me. She's getting angry now. She's put 50k into shares. Why do I need a massive house? Because I'm a massive man. I like having space. When I was growing up, we always lived in tiny. No, I can't. This is the point, Ashley. I can't downsize. I can't move out of this house because I cannot get a mortgage on another property because I'm not credit worthy. so I can't downsize. I'm tied to this house until I'm debt free. And by that stage I'll be like, well, I've got so much money now, I can buy a bigger house. Terrible. Yeah, who were you sexting on Instagram this time? If you want me. So yeah, I'm in this house for at least 4 more years. Unless I get a rich partner who's, you know, got her own place and I can just sell this one and use the equity to pay off all my debt, because there's enough equity in this house to pay off all my debt. Norman Road, I'm familiar with it. I spent many a time on Norman Road. I've got friends who live on there. And yeah, cheap houses there. Cheaper than my estate. If I was to get the same space on over there, probably 40 and 50 grand less. Even in Wrexham. But I like this estate. I have been tempted by a move to Chester actually, but because obviously you know, culturally it's all much better there, much nicer. But my friends all live here, so you know, literally I've got my estate wife just over there, the other side of the fence, behind that house, who cooks me dinner and such like. So we can't be letting that go. Have you been sending pictures to BCP, have you, Georgina? There's actual people, I can hear actual people. Don't know where they've come from. The only time, right, I know that there are people alive is when we give the NHS the clap, because then you see them coming out the house. Other than that, I wouldn't be able to tell. Yeah, I might have to go and have a word in a minute, Aid. At least the ice cream van has stopped coming and pissing me off. Oh, sun's in my eyes. I've not got any sunscreen on because I couldn't actually get hold of any. I have got glory holes in my fence actually. Looking at it, there are some holes in it. Poor ice cream van back, yeah, spreading the virus. All the kids running out there, queuing up. I had many words. Very glorious. How's the weather in Scotland, Ashley? I was disappointed yesterday because it was terrible. Yeah, no breeze, well, a little bit of a breeze, but not, you know, just pleasant sort of breeze really. I've got a thing you can put clothes on to dry them in the garden. I didn't even realise that. I used a tumble dryer. Maybe I'll start using that. Cut the heating on, bloody hell. That's a conversation with Andrew. I've been tagged in a post on Facebook. I've got Instagram messages. Can't read them at the minute, sorry folks. Facebook messages. Twitter messages. I don't even use Twitter, but people still message me on it. Peter, ponds, guinea pigs and falling over from the vinegar jar, latest video. I'll give that a watch later. Just seeing the cops and horse. Well, the policy at the minute is the fines are the last resort, isn't it? You know, it's policing with consent. Because we could be in this for a long time, so the last thing you want is to spark a riot. Sun is coming down right in my eyes now. Hi Lisa. You don't need sunshine. No worries, take care buddy. Yes, I always look good, Kerry Amber, thank you. The gym is now closed. Don't know why. Something going on apparently. But the old lock's popped in. How are you? You okay, Tim? Do you know, I've got a big head. Do you know, Ashley, I'm actually thinking of coming up to Glasgow post-apocalypse. I might do a Glasgow meet-up, so I could sort something out there. Is that the cash and carry you use, is it? Got Booker's down here, but it's to be honest, it's not much different in price to Aldi and Booker's. There's a Costco in Chester, which is significantly cheaper, but I haven't got a membership for there, and none of the organisations I work with have. We're always having to go to Booker's, but it did get to the point where I was thinking I'm gonna have to go to Booker's to get supplies. When do you think people will start looting? I've offered Georgina my last McDonald's limited edition of Big Mac sauce. Try not to open. Probably out of date horrendously now, and it's fermented into some kind of, you know, macro and Booker's are the same people, are they? So do you find that your macro isn't much cheaper than Aldi then? Because Booker's isn't much cheaper than Aldi here. Spare room, excellent. Just to be clear, I'm married, so you just want to watch then? Yeah, that's fine. Watching is fine. I don't mind being watched when I'm performing. What word did I learn the other day? Cuckold, that was it. Well, Georgina is planning on coming to mine and having my last McDonald's. I might send her pictures of my McDonald's actually, just to wind her up later. Did that stuff for the graveyard. Don't start with that. Churchyard it was. Churchyard, not graveyard. Although they're effectively the same thing, aren't you? Does anyone know how to clean trainers, by the way? I need to learn to clean trainers. I think I should probably try and clean my trainers. I've never cleaned these. Mother might have cleaned these trainers, but I've never cleaned these trainers since I owned them. Love, yeah, I'm definitely more of a fan of Costa. We have some crazy bargains at Costa's. Toothpaste works on trainers. Shut them in the washing machine. Donald's is open for takeout. It's totally closed here. KFC's closed. Burger King, wrap him in a towel and put him in the washing machine. Fair enough. So I've got to learn how to operate the washing machine then, is what you're telling me. My normal approach to washing is to put it in a bag, put it in the back of the Land Rover and drive it to Mother's, hand it over to Mother, and then it comes back cleaned and ironed. That is how I do washing. It works well for me. Low heat, I don't know, no clue how to do that. Have I tried VB? I don't know what VB is, to be honest, Alex. They bang around. Right, so basically you're going to tell me that I'm going to blow up my washing machine. Hand wash setting on machine, right, this is far too complex. I'll just give them to Mother. Once she's out of the shield, she's got about 12 weeks worth of washing to get through. She'll be well happy. Have I tried Victoria Beckham? I'd like to give her a try. Actually, would I like to give it a try? Yeah, I probably would give it a try, to be fair. Let's be honest, this is me. Do I like Red Bull or Monster? Or I don't do energy drinks. I had a bad experience. I went to, when I was in uni, I used to drink Red Bull all the time. I used to do vodka Red Bulls. I had one night I was drinking 6 shots of vodka and a Red Bull. Can't stand the taste of it now. As soon as Red Bull hits the back of my throat, I throw up. Jaeger bombs are like kryptonite to me. Favourite spice? It's got to be Baby Spice, surely. Emma Bunton. Do you not just look at Emma Bunton and think, yes, even now, Emma Bunton, bend her over, job done. Bend her over, come up behind her, get a bit of the pump action shotgun going, sorted. I don't like Trump at all. Man's an idiot. He's like me, but with less ego. Jesus, what? What have I done now? Probably wouldn't say no to Jerry Halliwell either, to be fair. I mean, she's pretty filthy. No, the back, but I've had a few cans now, haven't I, to be fair? You know, you can't come with Andrew and not expect her to be honest and, you know, frank discourse. That's fake news, is it, apparently? What time's the Queen on? Is it 8 o'clock? Still waiting for me estate wife to ring. She's going to give me a phone call in a bit. So when she does ring, I'll have to say goodbye to all of you. Because she needs my conversational skills. And they all quite... Emma Bunton has still got it. But besides, nothing wrong with her mouth. Don't mind an older lady every now and then. Or a young lady. Or one the same day. Same age, I mean, not same day. Starting to feel a bit peckish now as well. Look, we all know there is only one world leader that we need on the world leading stage, if that's such a thing, and that is me. I should be, what do you mean not fussy? I should be the world leader, right? Once this apocalypse is over and they're looking for somebody to rebuild the world in his own image, I would be that man. Think about how good it would be. Strip clubs on every corner. We would love that. Legalised prostitution, gambling would be banned. Free cider for all. Unless you're alcoholic, then you've got to pay. Many other top class policies. Emma Bunton's mine. I saw her first. Can't have her. Yeah, of course, male and female. I don't care who's stripping for me, really. I would have the Prime Ministerial harem. Applications can be submitted via Instagram at MoneyMentalUK on Instagram. They're socially isolating. Take care, Ashley. Watch out for gypsies. Does anyone use Trumpster's golf course then? Probably not at a minute. Probably a good place to walk your dog actually right now. Stay safe. The new sign off. God, what a world. You're not telling me, Georgina, that if Emma Bunton presented herself, you wouldn't say yes? Of course you would. 120 quid. My eBay app isn't working, so I've no idea. I reinstalled it, and then now it don't work. Let's see what's going on with this phone. Alright folks, so let's do Kiss, Kill, Marry and Avoid. You've got a choice between Money Mental UK, who else should we put in this? Money Mental UK, Donald Trump and Boris Johnson. Kiss, Kill, Marry and Avoid. Kiss, Kill, Marry. Kiss, Kill, Marry. House planning permission, fair enough. So Kiss, Kill, Marry, Money Mental UK, Donald Trump, Boris Johnson. Put your votes in now, folks. Who would you kiss, who would you kill, and who would you marry? Brilliant choice. It's basically future world leader versus current ones. Who's going to be brave enough to come up with a suggestion first? I bet Shazad would marry me. No homo is not an acceptable answer. Trump and Boris are crap at the marriage lark, and you said you don't want to be married. Yeah, but it's not up to me, is it? Not in the game of kiss, kill and marry. It's what you want, not what I want. I'm sure I said I don't want to be married anyway. I think I said it scares me. Which it does. None of you are brave enough to pick a choice. Come on, pick a choice. This is the only way to continue the conversation. You've got to pick who you're going to kiss, kill and marry. Come on, people of the chat. Me, Donald Trump and Boris Johnson. What's it going to be? Marry Andrew, good choice. That is the correct answer. I'm stumped. I did. Did what? How can you be stumped? The choices are entirely obvious. No, no avoiding everyone. I don't choose women, I'll tell you. Thank you, Susie. Marry Andrew, kiss Boris, and you can figure out the rest. Good choice, Susie. You've done well there. I mean, divorce can happen like the next day. Yeah, Susie's first words there are to say how much she wants to marry me. Nobody else brave enough though. Although I do believe if you put kill Trump in the chat, you can't scare me. I'm always the dominant one, I'm never the submissive one. What was I going to say? If you put Kill Trump into the chat, by the way, I believe you do get a visit from the CIA. Just saying. Yeah, the FBI will be all over you. Yeah, you'll end up on a CIA watch list. Alright. Who is Money Mental UK's perfect partner then? Think of all the ladies out there, you know, resellers otherwise. Who would you vote for as my #1 perfect partner? That can't be a controversial question. Who should I be focusing my efforts on? Said the tastiest burrito. Becca's going to make me a second one. I've got food envy now. So the votes Beth. I know this one, can't say it though. Is it me? Am I my perfect partner, Ali? Linda Lasardi. Let a vote for Beth. Louise, well done, Alan. You made a good choice. eBay go mad. How are your sales? Louise, well done, Georgina. I haven't checked because my app isn't working. So I've no clue. Bloody hell, Ali. Joe Guest. The Super Leads here. Super Leads said Linda Lasardi, of course. Welcome. Not seen you for a while. Who's Joe Guest? Bloody not Charlie Dimmick, Christ. Need to think of a woman with low expectations, loose morals. Hello Tracy, how are you? I meant to message you earlier, I've not had a chance. Need to think of a woman with low expectations, loose morals and even looser knicker elastic. I can't disagree with any of those statements. That's my gate that's banging. And my cans of cider that are floating around the garden. Have you seen Charlie Dimmick of late though? I mean, she's really let herself go. She really has. She's not on the... When she was in Ground Force, she made the list. But now she's on the one show, she doesn't make the list. So Charlie Dimmick is a no-go. Tracy's got more hellos than I did, and it's my own bloody stream. Just saying. She lives in Rumsey, does she? I mean, she's got to be in a... She's got to be fairly advancing in years now. Yeah, I'll check it afterwards. I have no fear. We're voting on my perfect partner, Tracy. We're trying to identify who it is. Louise has had a couple of votes. Louise is currently refusing to watch YouTube. How dare you, Shazad? People like me too. Well, I did speak to her today, Tracy, and I believe she will be appearing on Drinking with Andrew again. So that is... well, I think the words were, I'll have to check if I've got anything else on, which basically, as it's the apocalypse, means there is nothing else on. Who the hell is Rosie? So yeah, members of the cult have demanded a repeat appearance. So I have put the measures in place to make that happen. unless I piss it off by then, which I could do because it's me. Piss everyone off eventually. There's a garage next to my house. I didn't even know that. I'm going to do 10 more minutes of streaming, I think, and then I'm going to phone the estate wife. Oh, right, yeah, that's the one that you told me about the other day, Tracy. I remember that. Yeah, that I'm not watching that channel again. Louise's alright, yeah, she's fine. I had a chat with her on Friday, I think. She's good, she's just busy earning money. History lesson on the Spanish flu, fair enough. Because Georgina's jealous of here. Why else? You know that Georgina dreams about me 24/7. There we go, right. So now I have another can. Vote 1 for me to open another can, folks. Yeah, Georgina doesn't like Georgina might lose me. You'll never lose me, Georgina, don't worry. I'll always be here for you. Okay, we've all voted for another can. There we go. We've opened another can. How many beers are you on, Aid? I'm slowing down. I'm on my fourth. On my fourth. Cider actually cures the coronavirus. True story. Take care, Ali. Speak to you soon. How can you be over me? You can never be over me. Every time somebody says bye Ali, I think it's bye all, and I go to say goodbye to them and then realise it's Ali. I have privacy now. I agree with Tracy. I am immune from everything. That is what cider does to you. That is what the power of Taurus / Strongbow Cloudy Apple does for you. It makes you immune to all viruses. True story. Actually, not true story. Don't stockpile cider. You want me to be under you, Suzanne? Is this a sexual thing? Have you developed a crush on me? It's understandable if you have. I am a very attractive man. Even though I need a shave, Suzanne, it's understandable that you would want to be on top of me. the future wives arguing with each other now. Come on, Shazad, you must have thought about me naked before. You must have thought to yourself, if I was a gay man, that is the man I would want. Oh, imagine, Shazad. Shazad, if you had a choice between me and Sahir as your partner, which would you pick? My flamingo top is not gopping. My flamingo top has got me much female action. It's bloody brilliant. The ladies of Wrexham love that top. In fact, when I return to the drinking scene, after Boris has allowed me to do so, I will be wearing the flamingo shirt. Right, Shazad, you've got a choice between me and Sahir as your future husband. Who are you going to pick? Shazad is now on the spot for the future husband question. But it's not my fault, eh? I only bloody asked who my perfect future partner was. Expecting everyone to say Louise. Who, as we know, has a frequent habit of telling me how much she wants to knock me out. I think it's a fetish for her. Definitely got to be me. It's definitely me, Sahir. I mean, Shazad, money men, UK. Shazad, we're all waiting. We're all waiting for you to put the vote in. We cannot continue with the stream until Shazad has voted for which person he wants as his husband. This thing is still live, isn't it? Chat's gone very quiet. I've got a new follower on Instagram. He may have choked on his vomit. Who have you offended on Instagram? I've no idea. Don't pay attention. If you cause drama on Instagram, you must message me to tell me about the Instagram drama so I go and laugh, because I won't notice it because I don't pay attention to Instagram. I barely pay attention to me on Facebook. His brain has now exploded under the pressure of choosing between me and Sahir as his future husband. He can't. We'll have to open it up to the chat. People in the chat, who would you pick as your future husband, bearing in mind the fact that Sahir's already married and I'm currently single and available to be a husband? Who would you pick to be your future husband? Vote 1 for Money Mental UK, 2 for Sahir. We'll do a YouTube poll. That's not worth checking out, Aid. All it is bloody endless selfies. Then I get told off for not liking the endless selfies. There's no reselling content going on. Hi, Sherry. Oh, Nick and Andrew's 8:15, is it? You can't. What do you mean I'm getting blocked now? Nah. So you can't change your vote. Once you've cast your vote, it's definitely me. It's Insta in a nutshell. I don't understand Instagram, to be honest. I know. I haven't seen Lisa for a while. Raging today. Too many prats about. Well, who's upset? You'll have to text me and tell me what the drama is. I only have one husband, which is one too many. Didn't I say you were a very beautiful lady, Sherry? I seem to remember saying that. Sack off the husband. I'm available. Why would you want to have a husband when you could be with me for one night? That's got to be worth anything. I thought you quit YouTube. No, that was an April Fool's joke, Kevin. I would never quit YouTube. Not as long as there's a bone in my body. I have no plans to get married, Sherry. No plans at all, don't worry. Right, so basically nobody can choose between me and Sahir. Don't worry, Aid, I've seen every side of Georgina. I've caused every side of Georgina to emerge. YouTube is my mistress, that is true. I still on Facebook yesterday for my birthday. Not seeing by at least not liking birthday wishes. I like Facebook. I enjoy the Facebook cult I run. Although, you know, it is now far too drama free. I mean, I literally put a post the other day in the cults that the cause of riot. Nothing. All it did was get happy birthday, Gary. All it did was get likes. There was no riot. Like, people are no longer rioting. I can't even cause drama in my own cult. I'm going to have to think of a new way to do it. Maybe just post a cock picture or something. Would give the ladies something to aim for, to be fair, and the lads something to live up to. I think I wished you happy birthday on the Friday anyway. Can't remember. I think I did. I did with some people. Why don't I get a thank you? I said happy birthday. Bloody favouritism. Georgina's nice, is she? When did that happen? Susie, you need to join the Money Mental reselling group. It's great. You can text me on there. Thank you. There we go. Christ. Bloody first person I was. Honestly. Starting to get a bit colder out here now. What do you mean, see me? Don't ever leave me. I need to go to the bathroom again. Okay. We're going to place Georgina in charge of the chat when we go to the bathroom. If anyone asks, they're going for the pee. Happy birthday. Right. Oh, I'm back. What have I missed? Yesterday, I counted at least 73 times. Very disappeared to do it twice, but you can't. Technically, I had cider, run back with the cider, which weighed a bit, and now I've drunk the cider. Remembered? Get a gym wife, that's my next step. Get a match. Cider's my favourite. It's getting chilly in this garden now. The sun's gone and I have to go inside in a bit. No gin. Christ. Don't switch the beer, switch the cider. It's the future. So basically, I found a new cider here that I fancy, made lucky. Do you know, by coincidence, Tracy, I fancy you, so, you know, that's something we've got in common there. New cider would be nice, though. So, somebody was telling me about a new cider I need to try in Asda, but I can't get into Asda at the moment. It's like the apocalypse. Sadly, we got drink issues in our shops. Sainsbury's wrote a cider the other week. I got the last 2 crates. That was only due to personal connections. Would have been appalling. Can you imagine life without cider? It's just not good enough. But fortunately, you got me a couple of crates. It tied me over. We have spirit stores. We just go to the supermarket. We go to the supermarket. We say, right, I'll have a bottle of sambuca or vodka or whiskey or gin or rum or whatever you want. As long as they've got it, you can buy it. But when they were another cider, that was the worst thing ever. Drinking with Andrew nearly come to an end. Terrible. Terrible. They'd have had to be drinking tea with Andrew every Friday. And even the tea was running out. Not good. I don't get the runs from cider. Fine. Liquor stores are open because it's absolutely bargain booze is essential here. Only beer and wine here too, Christ. What about cider? They must have some cider going on. Pardon me. I would not be able to go to your country through no cider, mind you. Can't go to your country either anyway. Probably Donald won't let me in. He's worried about the spread of infection. He needs to have a look at the map and see it spreading. Yeah, I'll be watching the Queen at 8 o'clock, I'm afraid. She is my pledge, Her Majesty. Yeah, the only yoga Georgina is doing is when she yogas over to the bloody cover to get some more gin out. She'll still be watching. She just says this when she's decided to lurk for a bit. In a few minutes' time, you'll see her popping up and having a go at me. It happens every time. I'm going to go after this can anyway. I've had 16 cans now. I think that's enough for any man. Possibly 20 cans. I don't know. I lost count after 4. 5. I lost count after 5. It's getting cold out here. Oh, what's the matter with her now? I was an eye holding line last day it was open. It was very enlightening. Got to see a drink swap. Go on and shall we share the details with us? Who's the biggest alcoholic? Who bought the most? Oh, thank you, Ronnie. I appreciate that. Cheers. Stay Corona strong. Thank you very much. Yes, I'll be a rich man now. Get all the sounds out for tomorrow. Yeah. More. Yes, Andrew's the greatest reseller of all. Yes, we get some more cider. You've joined at the end here, Ronnie. I'm nearly finished on my last can. Sorry. Did anyone see Andrew melt? I definitely don't melt. Yeah, I might head off now because the connection is not so good. And I want to go inside and get warm. Yeah, no, bad connection. Thank you everyone for joining me for this 2.25 hours anyway. Well done if you survived the entire thing. Thank you everyone for watching. Speak to you all soon. Might be some more lives with some people. Yeah, exactly, Dave. 1 hour and 15 minutes until the Queen goes live. See you soon, folks. Bye for now. Take care.